living up here in Alaska and homesteading on a dime, I obviously don't work a regular 9 to 5 job. I work seasonally, picking up whatever work I can find in the summer. And I recently got a job helping prepare a cabin, a remote cabin, to be placed on the market. We were choppered up to do weed whacking, cleaning up the floor, sorting through personal items that the owner had and wanted to have sent to him. He lives now out of state. Went up there, had a nice 3-day kind of little work slash vacation kind of thing. My main job up there was to reblaze the trail into the property. Even though we were choppered up, you can get there via ATV. However, the trail has been overgrown so much from lack of use. It hadn't been used in anywhere from 5 to 7 years. I don't know exactly. There was no real way to find it from the trail system unless you knew where it was and had experience up there. So what I decided to do is it's much easier to just blaze the trail back from the cabin to the main trail, which is what I did. And I shot video of that. I did not shoot video of me sweeping up 3,000 pounds of mouse poop and stuff like that. I didn't think you needed to see that. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting little trip, and I hope you enjoy the video. There will be some hints and tips on how I blaze trails and mark trails that you might find interesting. There's also a very obscure mountain man reference, and if you can recognize it, why don't you let me know in the comment section down below this video and see if you are mountain man savvy. Stardate 5127.8. We've just set down on the planet Coosbane. We are here for the annual Galileo Hoop Hoop. Here we're going to take a walk out to one of the sheds on the property. I believe this was used as the cabin at one point, although all of the chinking is gone, or most of it. And while it's pretty cool, it would be really cool in the wintertime. There's no glass window, just bare boards. And you can see the chinking is gone. It's just used for storage the last God knows how many years. And my trail out to this cool little cabin, which is a sauna. It's pronounced sauna. Great little construction piece. You will notice the traditional building methods. These logs here protruding, which were notched in. 2 here and 2 down here serve. We'll go in. Notice the cool door handle. Has a support structure for the bunks inside. You can see the wood supply over in that corner and the fire starting material. There's the wood stove with the, I don't know what you call it, the saddle bags with the rocks. And there's the little scooper for the water. Pretty dang cool, don't you think? This would actually make just a nice little cabin if you had a window in it. But you know, if you don't got a bathtub, you got to get clean somehow. It's called a sauna. And there you have her. There we go. Safe and secure. More shots of the construction. It is a shed roof style for ease of construction, and it is a combination of stockade and traditional horizontal log work. Beyond awesome. And here again we have the cabin. We'll walk around this way here since I did such a wonderful job of weed whacking. Here's a bunch of the gear that we're going to be hauling back into town for the owner. And we cleaned up the place and I'm going to put it on the market. As you can see, it has a gable end, which is of standard construction. That is the bedroom area upstairs. And the main structure is, of course, logs. Both horizontal and vertical logging. This extension in the back here is the kitchen area, and as you can see there's another, and that is also the bedroom area. Pretty cool little place. Actually, it's a pretty big place by cabin standards. Stardate supplemental. Utilizing no more than 3 sherbet lemons, some nail clippers, and 10 pounds of C4, I have crafted a landing pad for the mothership. Our mission for today is to follow this 4-wheeler trail. It has not been used in 5 or 6 years. And we are going to follow it and mark the trail out to the main trail so that we can gain access to the property at a later date via 4-wheeler instead of having to chopper in. You can see how lovely the country is. It's in a nice quiet late July morning. And off we go with our trail marker tape and our coffee. Put up a marker tape, especially when you're in an area where you really don't have a trail that's established. That when you put you put the tape up, you walk, you know, further on down where you're putting your trail in at, and then you look back. And I like to see that tape behind me. Not out of paranoia or anything, but it just makes it so much easier. It takes all the guesswork out of it. You're not stopping and looking for where that tape is, saying, okay, do I have to bear left? Do I have to bear right? It's right in front of you. It is, I think it's the 19th to the 20th of July, and you can see that the blueberries are almost ready. Been munching on a few. Been thinking about maybe taking some back, but I'm sure there are some closer to the property. So we're just gonna continue on. Oh, look, and there's some, kind of trampled them, but cranberries. I need a blueberry. Okay. Life sustaining. Oh man. I need a bowl with some cream and sugar. This is an interesting little bridge because, as you can see, it is built for a four-wheeler, and a four-wheeler would obviously straddle them and drive across. But a snowmobile is a different matter. And as you can see, it's really choked up here, so you're going to have to really, really hug that to get through there. I don't know why they didn't just put 2 more logs in there. That would have been the thing to do. As you can see, there's a little bit of water trickling through there. Not much. Not much flowage. And it gets a little mucky up here. And here you'll see out in the middle of the woods is an old Polaris short track touring machine, which undoubtedly belongs to the gentleman who owns this place. And it is up for sale. I think I would like to acquire this for the parts. It has parts on it that I could use, that I could take off and take out with me, and maybe I could come back in the late winter and dig this out and take it. The track doesn't do me any good. It's a short track, but and it's a little different on the inside, but I bet you there's parts in there I can use. So we will just see. Whoop! You see that a bear got to the seat. Whoop! Always cover your seat or take it off and hide it. She's not froze exactly. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's continue down the trail, shall we? Alright, gang. My job for this morning was to find the trail into the property that is being put on the market from the main trail, and I did that. It was sort of marked, but not really. Fortunately, it's had enough traffic in it that, you know, Stevie Wonder could have found it. But if you come in here in the wintertime, you don't really have a point of reference, so it's good to remark the trail because it's easy to get turned around. It's just open enough in here to where you can pretty much go in any direction you want. So if you were to get turned around, you could be really turned around. Not necessarily lost, because you can always follow your tracks out, right? That's how smart people do it. But to mark the trail so you can find it in the summertime until you get used to it, that's pretty important. Anyway, the bugs are getting to be really bad, so I'm going to start the trek back. I'm actually going to take out some of these trail markers just off the trail. As long as I know where the trail breaks off from the main trail, we'll be fine. Like I said, in the summertime there's no problem. You can find your way in there, no problem. In the wintertime it'll be different because you're pushing a trail over snow and you don't have any reference points. Unless you were to be out here a lot and just get to know it instinctively. But anyway, I gotta head back. Bugs are getting bad, so let's get back to the cabin and continue working there. Let's go. And here is a Alaska wilderness tip for y'all. Hot pink, neon pink makes the best red lips trail marker color because you can see it really easily in summer, winter, poor light conditions, snow, Of all the colors they have, it is the best. I prefer it. We're going to take this one down though because it's too close to the main trail and we don't want to attract unneeded attention. I know that sounds paranoid. It's just the way it is. I'm going to leave that one up there. That's made out of, I don't even know if I want to touch it. Something, old underwear or something. I don't know. I'm not touching it. Oh, and by the way, I know that by now some of you have recognized the fact that the word pumpkin is embroidered on the front of my Gilligan hat. And so help me if any of you call me pumpkin. We're gonna have words. Whoa, tripped. My selfie stick, which also works as a trucker pole, I had to come in really light because it's an itty bitty little chopper and it can only handle 600 pounds. And that's me without shoes. Now you can see there's more trail marker tape up there. But you can also see that there's a tree in the way. See where this tree came down? The trail used to go that way, but now it goes around this way because people don't like to carry chainsaws up here in the woods. Remember, if you watch my other video of my freight run home for the fall, was keep a chainsaw with you because trees do come down on the trail. And there's lots of instances where they didn't have a chainsaw with them here, so they just had to make a whoop-de-doo around it. So anyway, I know I'm lulling you to sleep. Alright, I'll give you another trail tip in a minute. Here's an example of how you do it. You cut a tree out of a trail. Cut it plenty wide, you know, and that's a big ass tree. Cut it plenty wide so that you got plenty of room. I know people that cut it just wide enough to get their machine through, and that's such a pain in the butt. Just make it easy, people. Make it easy. After 2 years in the bush, our intrepid hero stumbles out onto a small clearing. At last, he has found civilization, or what will pass for it. God, hope there be a tavern. It's got a sauna. It's accomplished. We cleaned the place up, straightened up, collected some personal gear for the owner, and soon we will be traveling home. The mothership was due to arrive anytime. Unfortunately, the Galileo Hoop Hoop has been cancelled here on Coos Bane and moved to Popo Aggie. Go figure. So anyway, we're going to take a walk through the woods, and we are out of here. Yep, I hear a chopper. He's early. That's good. It's a good sign. Here he comes. He's an hour early. Or at least a half hour early for the first flight. So, I guess my walk is cut short. We'll try to film some of the taking off and landing, but let's get back up there in a hurry. So I'm going to shut this off, walk a little faster. thought that was fun. It was a nice way to get to work for a change. It's not often I get a chopper ride, especially a free chopper ride. Uh, it was a great 3 days. Well, the sweeping up the mouse poop wasn't so hot, but blazing the trail from the cabin back to the main trail was pretty cool, and the buildings were pretty awesome. And I thought it was a good, relaxing way to make some money. So if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and please comment. Also, did you get the Mountain Man reference I threw in there? It's kind of obscure, but maybe some of you got it. Anyway, I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you on the next one.